Formula One is back, and this time around, we're moving into races outside of the European territory. The Europe leg is done, but there's still 8 races left in the F1 calendar, which could, of course, determine who, of course, becomes the World Constructors' Championship, who becomes the World Drivers' Championship. There's been an intense battle raging, and Baku's a fan favorite street circuit because, again, it's one of those street circuits where it does have a lot of the characteristics of street circuits, which means, of course, tighter corners, slightly narrower streets, but plenty of overtaking opportunities as well, especially down the main start-finish straight, where, of course, you get a very long DRS opening. So ahead of the race, we're going to be taking a look at what are the major talking points for this particular race, and a lot of them aren't really related to the race, but of course down to drivers securing their future as well. So let's quickly get into it. And number one is that McLaren are actually set for the constructors title in this particular race. Why do I say that? Because, well, the lead is so large that McLaren only need to be finishing 9 points ahead of Red Bull combined if they are to be considered the constructors champions for this year. And even if they don't do that, let's say there's some sort of a circumstance that ensures that doesn't quite happen, all they need to do is finish first and second in the race to guarantee themselves the constructors championship for the second year running. In 2024, obviously, it went down to the final race in Abu Dhabi. This time around, though, the Papaya squad have been dominant and they're set to be crowned constructors champions. Of course, could very well happen that it doesn't get crowned in this race, but what we also then would know is that there'd be a major swing in the World Drivers' Championship as well. And the big question here is, can Lando Norris claw in to Oscar Piastri's lead? Because as things stand, Piastri has a 31-point advantage over Norris, which is pretty significant, but still not big enough for it to be a comfortable lead. That being said, if Norris can't claw back some sort of a deficit in this race, then it becomes tougher in some of the other races as well, because the longer it goes and the more of a lead Oscar develops, well, the lesser chances Norris will have to claw into them. Early indications suggest that the McLarens will be one of the top sides, but they could be in for competition from one of 3 teams. And the real question is which one of those 3 teams you're going to be seeing, which takes us to talking point number 3. Who is going to be the best of the rest? Now, this year, whilst the McLarens have comfortably dominated most weekends, the few weekends that they haven't, or the few weekends where they've been so good that other drivers have had to be competing for just maybe 3rd, 4th, 5th, there have been 3 teams who've usually been up for that. There's, of course, been Ferrari, there's been Red Bull, and there has been Mercedes. Each of these teams have found, let's say, that sort of a good footing to be competing at the front, depending on a variety of factors. As of now, it's fair to say that this circuit could very well suit the Ferraris. They've done well in the free practices, and it is worth remembering that Charles Leclerc has taken pole at Baku for the last 4 years on the trot. Of course, hasn't really been able to convert those into big results thereafter, but it does show that the Ferrari is a car comfortable around the streets of Baku, so it could be very interesting to see how it plays out. Ferrari may be the favorites, but count out Mercedes and Red Bull at your own peril. And speaking of Mercedes, when could you potentially be getting to know their driver lineup? And this has been the constant speculation really around their squad, is that both their drivers have only been confirmed deals till the end of this particular season. Of course, there was the Max Verstappen-shaped elephant in the room that was potentially distracting Toto Wolff from giving both of them a deal. But now it's been confirmed that Verstappen is going to be in this team for at least 2026, if not potentially beyond. What exactly is stopping him from giving the 2 incumbents a new contract? Russell especially has been in phenomenal form, and there's been talks that, he's attracted interest from other teams as well, but he's expressed his desire to stay at Mercedes. Antonelli has easily been the second best of these 2 drivers, but the potential is there. Maybe it's time for them to be handed a contract. But as I said, it was intrinsically linked to the Red Bull situation, and whilst Verstappen's seat is fairly safe, the same cannot be said about the second Red Bull seat, which has been such a poison chalice and has again led to a lot of speculations as to who the second driver could be come 2026. Of course, right now, Verstappen's teammate is Yuki Tsunoda, who you can see on the extreme left of your screen. But there are rumors now suggesting that Isak Hajar, the man in the middle of the screen, could potentially be in line for a promotion come 2026. He's been very impressive in his debut season, and the team are considering, of course, giving him that chance for next year. Liam Lawson was demoted, remember, this season from the Red Bull team back into Racing Bulls after just 2 races. Seems unlikely he's ever going to get a Red Bull shot, and in fact there's suggestions that he may struggle to even hold on to his Racing Bull seat, which is hardly good news for him. But it is how the dice rolls when it comes to this particular team. And there are rumors that Arvid Lindblad, another one of the young juniors who's done really well in Formula 2 this year, could be in for a seat. So let's see. Plenty of drama and plenty of talking points is being fueled by these drivers, because Lawson said that he wants to stay with the Racing Bulls but doesn't quite know. Isak Hajar said that I know I'll be on the grid next year, he just doesn't know which team. Lots going on there. Let's see if we get any more interesting details in this particular weekend, because truth be told, both titles have become such a formality that a lot of people are focused on the off race action. But what are your thoughts on all of this? What are you looking forward to at the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? You can let us know that in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap the bell icon as well, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X and Facebook, and don't forget to stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.